Namaste everyone. Firstly, a very happy new year. We move into 2083 and my best wishes to everyone in Nepal and beyond. My friends over at the Cricket Nerd page have asked me to answer a few questions about the last 12 months of cricket in Nepal. So looking back on 2082 and reflecting upon some of their moments. So they've got 6 quick questions for me. I'm going to run through them. Start with the first question, and that was my favourite match for Nepal over the last 12 months. I think it's a really easy one for me. World Cup wins for any country don't come easy, and for Nepal, having only had a couple in their history and having had to wait 12 years to pick up a third, to be there at the Wankhede Stadium when Nepal beat Scotland was absolutely unforgettable, really. It was so special. The performance from Dipender Singh Ari, but the general quality of cricket throughout that day from 2 associate sides, Scotland having come in at the last minute, who had such a good tournament themselves, as so many of the other associates did, and were such a talking point and a hit with so many of the fans across India and Sri Lanka. But that day is going to live long in my memory. Dipender Singh Ari, the player of the match, ebbing and flowing after Michael Jones's brilliant innings, Sampal Kami's heroics. That for me was definitely the match of the year. Had a look over the stats, but I think performances are the things that stick with me more than the stats. I think it was Kushal Bertel's return to form that stood out in terms of the leading run scorers and T20Is. Asif Sheikh, Rohit Paudel certainly had their moments as well. Gulshan Jha was the absolute hero for me throughout that qualifying campaign. 3 if not 4 times he helped get Nepal over the line. Sandeep Lamachani led the way with the ball, the leading wicket taker again, and Karen Casey's performances, particularly in Scotland, with those heroics of him being picked up and lifted off the ground by the hundreds of Nepal fans who travelled up to Dundee. That was another unforgettable moment. But I think for me the player of the year was probably Dipender Singh Ari. We've seen him picked up and signed in the PSL now as well, and the world really starting to come to learn as to how good a cricketer he is, and it's great to see him performing so consistently. Exciting times ahead for him. So I'll go with Dipender Singh Ari. Okay, what result disappointed me the most? That's the third question. Again, I think this is quite an easy one to answer. No recency bias here, but that performance against Italy was just so disappointing on so many levels. I think a few days later when Nepal lost to the West Indies, that was quite understandable, a toss that had a huge impact on the game. But for the Nepal performance, Italy were exceptional, really well drilled, very well planned, and they simply outplayed Nepal on the day. But Nepal never really got into the game, and to be beaten by 10 wickets, I can't remember the last time that's happened to any Nepal side at any level. That was really disappointing. Now, it was memorable for Italy, particularly with the emotions and the scenes of the Mosca brothers, but from a Nepal fan perspective, I think from speaking to a lot of the fans, I think that was by a distance the most disappointing performance of the year. I've been following the PM club closely from afar, and certainly the performances of young Arjun Kamal have been close to miraculous at points. A couple of centuries, leading run scorer, so I'll probably stick with him. I think he's always had a rich amount of potential. I remember fondly watching him at the Under-19 World Cup 2 years ago in South Africa. Very good offside game, does have a few challenges with the ball coming into him, but he's got a great eye and he's got a fantastic way to build innings. So it'll be interesting to see. I'd imagine he'll definitely get a go in the Nepal A side, and whether or not he can press his case for those crucial upcoming Cricket World Cup League 2 ODIs. That'll be good to see. My second young player to watch, he's not so young. I think he's going to be happy I'm calling him young, but he's young in terms of international experience. That's Dr. Ishan Pandey. He's been in great form. Nepal needs left-handers. We saw Bashir Ahmed force his way into the squad but not be used in terms of his playing ability. It's great to see Kushal Malla close that game out as well. So yeah, Bashir Ahmed, Dr. Ishan Pandey himself and Kushal Malla, looking forward to seeing them coming back. But keep your eyes on Arjun Kamal alongside those. I've named more than one there, but lots of good young talent to be excited about. It's difficult. I think you've got to turn that focus towards ODI cricket so heavily now. We saw a really interesting series down in Namibia where there was a few washouts, yes, but also Oman probably exceeded their expectations given how poor they were at the T20 World Cup. So they've got themselves into a very good position for automatic qualification from Cricket World Cup League 2, and Nepal have a massive mountain to climb. So these 8 home ODIs they will host, there'll be 12 altogether, 2 6-match series. So important. The bare minimum for this year between the 16 ODIs they will play is to retain ODI status. So that's to make sure they're in the top 6 in Cricket World Cup League 2. For Nepal, focus number 1, the bare minimum, make sure they don't finish 7th or 8th in Cricket World Cup League 2. Get winning, get some crucial points on the board, start to think about a passage down to Africa as opposed to a passage that could be fighting for their ODI survival. Very important. Big times coming up. I'm going to go with one that isn't actually directly a cricketing moment as such, because I know how much this meant to the country of Nepal, how much it meant to anyone associated with cricket, but also the pride on show. It was the day before the start of the second season of the Nepal Premier League. The moment that I'll never forget is those floodlights being turned on for the first time, and the power, the strength of them, the world-class superior looks that they have put in to illuminate every single inch of that historic venue. That was, well, the stuff of dreams, really, and I couldn't help but be brought back to my first visit to the ground all the way back in 2018, and the difference in what that ground is now and what it's going to become further with the additional support that's been approved by the government. I think the whole country is rightly very proud of that venue. It then played a fitting home for the most brilliant second season of the Nepal Premier League, and in less than a week's time, Nepal versus UAE under those floodlights, the first ever international match under floodlights ever in Nepal's history. That is going to be an occasion to behold, and something that I think everyone is very excited about. The Associated El Clasico is always a game that whets the appetite, so I think the tickets are just about to go on sale. Maybe they'll be on sale today by the time this video gets up. So get there, be a part of it, and certainly I think that will be a historic occasion on next week. I think it's Monday the 20th of April, that first of two T20Is. It kicks off a sort of 6-week stand of international cricket, the home international summer. It's around the corner. That's the moment I'll never forget from 2082, and lots to look forward to in 2083. So I want to thank you all so much for your kindness, your happiness, your messages of Happy New Year. Many reciprocal Happy New Years from me. I'll say goodbye for now. Namaste and Dandavad as always.